Hi, this is Don at DG Recruit. Yesterday, I was posed a question about how much is financial success and drive for financial success related to recruitment and recruitment success. When I talk about recruitment, I'm always talking about agency recruitment, which means that you work in an environment of an agency where you provide recruitment services to clients and candidates, and you profit off of each successful placement. This is not to be confused with HR or internal recruiting, in which you're a paid salary employee or a contract recruiter who works and hops from site to site recruiting people for that direct company. Obviously, what I'm talking about is more about running a sales business in which we profit off of each successful placement. And our function is really be the savvy commercial leader to connect the dots for two disparate parties and negotiate between them to make a deal happen. So when we're talking about this type of recruitment, financial drive, I think, is at the core of this business, no matter if you're 1 month in or you're 10, 15 years in or 30 years in. Because at the end of the day, this job and this career is very straightforward, a sales transaction at any given day, where you're dealing with customers who you'll vet to see if they will fit your services that you're going to provide to them at a price. So just these basic definitions make it a sales job, right? Can you be mission driven? Absolutely. But what is the mission of a sales job? It's to enrich yourself, hopefully help others as a byproduct of enriching yourself. This is where there's a lot of debate, because a lot of people say money drives people to do bad things, and salespeople are always synonymous with bad people. And that's where I'd like to really push back. Top salespeople have to be exceptional people, because in order to retain their client base and to build their book so that they can sustain their sales business, you have to provide a good service. Any of you who may have bought a house, who may have gotten a good loan from a mortgage banker, who may have met some really nice service provider, you will understand the benefit yourself of good service, of dedication to the craft, and of serious commitment to the role, and of whatever they're in, right? As a real estate investor, I get really annoyed when people I hire are not financially motivated, because then they won't do the work that I ask them to do because I'm paying them to do it. If they're not financially motivated, they won't actually succeed at delivering the service because they don't really care if you stick with them or not. That's not a good thing, right? So actually, in a lot of my vendors, I'm always looking for people who are similarly like-minded, which is, hey, I'm providing a commercial service to you. As part of that commercial service, you will be paid handsomely for that work. There should be nothing immoral about that. People who provide great work should be paid very well. I see nothing wrong with that equation. Same with headhunters. If you provide a great service to your client and your candidate, you will be doing everyone a favor. They desperately need you to be at work so that you can provide the service. And because you can't service everyone in the world because there's only one of you, you need to be paid really well. Your rates need to be higher than your competition. So I very much agree, and again, solidify the thought and the reality that financial success is deeply ingrained in anyone running a profitable, successful, do-good business, right? If you don't care about creating a secure life for your employees by creating a successful, financially well-run business, then you can't honestly do good work, right? You actually need to be very much financially driven to do the long-term things that you know is going to build you and your network wealth, including your employees. So I think the fundamental question here is how you look at money, really, at the end of the day. Is money a good thing or is money a bad thing? Because to me, I've always believed that money is a good thing. There are lots of people out there who use money badly, but money itself is a neutral entity. There's nothing bad about it. I'm not religious either, so I didn't grow up with this religious fanaticism against wealth or greed or loving money. I didn't grow up with that. In fact, I'm Chinese. I was born in China. My parents came to America to build a successful life for themselves, a classic work hard, like insane immigrant story, right? So I saw from a very young age how money is crucial to achieving financial stability, a good family life, a sustainable environment for your children and to also take care of your parents. For me, I'm expected to take care of my parents. I have a lot more to live for than just myself. So I can't afford to take cheap paying jobs and not make money, because then my family will suffer as a result of that. So again, it's really looking at your why, what drives you, and where does money fall into that situation. Not everyone is in the same boat. People, I believe, genuinely have the luxury and the privilege of saying money doesn't matter to them. It's because they have a different financial and family situation, right? They don't have the same pressures that I will have in my life if I want to raise a family, if I want to be a financially independent woman, if I want to not worry about my financial stability. Growing up without a lot, it really makes you care about financial stability and really sacrifice to achieve the living standards that I want, right? And recruitment to me was a real exit from all the other roles I've ever had in my life. It's a real opportunity to create wealth out of literally nothing. Just the ability to talk to people literally is what we do all day. That's all we do. We just talk to clients and we talk to candidates. That's the job. I don't even have to travel if I don't want to, right? I can just sit in my home and call people all day. That's the incredible thing about this particular sales role. You can create something out of nothing and rely on nothing other than your ability. Other than other sales jobs, right? But other sales jobs, you still have to sell something that someone else is doing and creating. And you're relying on a whole infrastructure to create that product and to sustain that product. Not in recruiting. In recruiting, you create your own product because your product is your network. If you're interested to learn more, or if you want to chat more about these concepts and how money affects your life and impacts your ability to produce and motivates or demotivates you, I'd love to hear some feedback, some comments. So feel free to hit me up, contact@dgrecruit.com. I love to network with all top billers out there who are passionate about using money for good, creating a lot of wealth, and let's share ideas and learn from each other.